Alrighty guys, welcome to Talala again. If you've been with me lately, you'll notice that I love the Shala, I love Sri Lanka, and I love Talala. So I'm here practicing again and sharing my yoga practice with you guys. I want to go today into the front line, so working with the front line of connective tissues along the front of the body. And so this basically just meaning everything within the body is connected. If you've ever studied anything about fascia or the way that the physical body works, then you will know what I mean. If not, then just know that you're going to feel really nice and long at the end of the practice and that your heart is going to feel very open. So we'll do some practices that are a lot about lengthening the front line of the body, also about opening the heart space, so opening the chest. For those of you that might sit rounding at a computer or sit driving constantly and have hunched shoulders, whenever you hear heart openers or chest openers within yoga, this is the kind of practice that you need. It's usually the kind of practice that we all need because in today's society, we are definitely hunched over, devices a lot. So it's really good to open the heart space, melt the shoulders down the back, lengthen the fascial networks down the front line of the body, and just regain the kind of courage to step into the world and be embodied in our physical presence. So that being said, you are going to need a couple of tools. If you're at home and you don't have wooden blocks, I have some wooden blocks by the yoga mat. If you don't have wooden blocks at home, that's perfectly fine. Just find maybe a couple of larger books. If you have some encyclopedias, you can use this. Or you can just get a pillow for the first pose that we're going to do, which is going to be lying on our back. So if you have like a nice sturdy pillow, a couch cushion, or a sturdy cushion that you have in your bed, just bring it to your yoga mat and we'll begin with that. So I'll see you on your yoga mats, lying on the back, and I'll set up the first position. Alrighty guys, so we're going to start on our backs. If you have wooden blocks, you can do a pose that's a little bit more aggressive for the heart opening. If not, just grab a cushion, take the cushion down the base of the spine, and just lie back. If you're going to have the blocks, you're going to bring one block between the scapula. So like your shoulder blades are hugging onto the block, and the second block will just go underneath the head for support. So for those of you that are on a pillow, this is completely great. It's nice and restorative, so just lay back, relax. For those of you on the blocks, this is going to be a bit more heart opening. And once you get there, just lengthen the legs out, let the arms fall alongside the body. Let the ankles go loose, let the wrists go loose. And the goal here is to really just present the chest up towards the sky, open the heart space, and crack up any adhesions that might be in the fascial networks here across the chest. So within our myofascial trains in the body, we have connective tissue trains. One of the largest ones, well, two, is the superficial front line and the deep front line. So these are coordinated as well with our liver meridian, our spleen and stomach meridians as well. And so within traditional Chinese medicine, these different myofascial lines not only affect us physically, but also emotionally. So the liver meridian has a lot to do with creating courage, but subsiding in fear. So a lot of anger and remorse and frustration that exists within the deep front line, especially around the hips. Just allowing yourself to acknowledge anything that comes up for you today, physically or mentally. And really connecting breath with the movement. Next breath on the inhale. Slowly begin to peel the chest up wherever you're at. You have those blocks, move them off to the side. Pillow off to the side. And again, into the front line. We're going to bend the left knee. Place the left foot by the left glute. Bend the right knee and place the right foot to the inside of the left knee. So we're creating a nice little triangle here. So this might already be quite a lot for that left quad. If so, just keep the chest open, stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, slowly begin to come down to maybe the forearms. Maybe this is quite intense as well into that left quad. If so, stay here. Maybe let the head drop back. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come all the way down to the back. So for some of you that are really tight, you might even bring like 2 or 3 pillows underneath the back. You can pause the video, grab some pillows. And this is going to be great for that left quad. So we really work into the left hip flexors as well, and really getting a deep lengthening along that left leg. If you do use the blankets or pillows, you might even get a bit of a heart opener here. And within yoga, we have different winds that work throughout the body. So now we're really cultivating that energy of apana, which is the downward force in life. So that apana energy is grounding us, allowing support. And slowly we're going to begin to find our way up. So you can take a hold of the edges of the mat, pull up, place the hands down, come up to a seat. From here, before we come out of this, just turn to the right, turn back behind you, and open the chest. Look over the right shoulder. So get a nice twist in the belly. And slowly come back through center. Extend the right leg long, lean to the right, and pull the right foot into the left foot into the right hip crease. So if this is quite intense for you, the left foot can just rest to the inside of the right knee. Hug that left foot into the right hip crease if you can for a half lotus. Inhale, peel the chest up. And exhale, slowly begin to bow down. So now we're compressing into a portion of this front line. So into the belly, into the hip. And energetically, when we compress along a line, a lot of that prana, that chi, that life force, begins to pull up in that area. So here in the right hip joints, in the belly. You stay here for some breaths, and then when we release, we flood the body with that energy, that life force moving and coursing through into the vital organs, detoxifying, and also just bringing a great sense of relief to the mind. Peel the chest up. And set the left foot down to the inside of the right knee. Bend the right knee. Place that right top of the foot on the earth. So same thing here. Left shin is parallel with the front of the mat. We'll come down onto the fingertips behind us. Staying here if you're already feeling length in the right quad. Maybe working down to the forearms. Maybe getting the blankets or the pillows, pausing the video. Or coming all the way down onto the back, really feeling some length through the right quad, even into the psoas here along the hip flexors. And just allowing that energy pool to flood through the body after we've just done that half lotus. Make sure the mind is staying present. Hands to the mat. Inhale, slowly peel the upper body up. Lean to the left, straighten that right leg out. Straighten the left leg. And this time we bend the right knee. Place the right foot into that left hip crease or right foot alongside the left thigh. Inhale, peel the chest up. And exhale, slowly folding forward, compressing in. And not forcing yourself down to go any further than the body likes. We can work with resistance, but not pain. So always questioning when we think something is uncomfortable, if it's just resistance or if it's actual pain. Slowly peel the chest up. Straighten the right leg, lean to the left, and bring the feet back behind you. Come onto the knees, and come to standing on the knees. So we come into Ustrasana, Camel pose. So since this is very early in the practice, bring the hands to the lower back. Fingers can wrap around the sides of the hips or track down towards the glutes. Most important thing here is that you don't just push the hips forward. You really open the chest, slide the shoulders down the back, and reach up with the chest instead of just pushing the hips forward. So take an inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the heart, look up, maybe pause here. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, you could tuck the toes under. Maybe the right hand comes back to the right heel, left hand back to the left heel. Open the heart. You can stay looking forward, engaging through the neck, or you can drop the head back if this feels good. Nice open heart space. And slowly bring the hands back towards the hips. Come to standing, untuck the toes, and sit back onto the heels. Take the knees wide and walk the hands forward for a happy baby. So engage through the arms though, so the elbows don't come down, forehead to the earth. Pulling the shoulder blades down the back, away from the head. Really sending energy down through the hips into the earth, using that apana force, so that downward force in life. And again, we're compressing into the front line here through the belly, Stimulating through the arms. Inhale, come up to tabletop. So all fours. And in tabletop, walk the hands forward. Keep the hips nice and high, a bit over the knees. And let the heart melt down, forehead or chin to the earth. You can let the elbows go soft. So heart melting pose, Anahatasana. Now we begin to lengthen down the front line here, but we cut the energy off of the hips and the bend. Inhale forward onto the belly, Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, press down through the forearms. Lift the right leg up, lengthen it back. Lift the left leg up, lengthen back. Nice open heart space. Maybe crawl the elbows a little bit more forward, just if there's any compression in the lower lumbar. And shut the eyes down. Open the eyes. Bring the right forearm underneath the chest. Bend the left knee. Bring the left hand back on top of the left foot, pressing down and forward. Open the heart space. So find length down the left quad here. Let go of the left leg. Bring the left forearm underneath the chest. Press into the forearm. Keep the chest lifted. Bend the right knee. Place the right hand on top of the right foot, fingers tracking towards the front, pressing down through the right foot. So find length through the right quad, opening through the heart space, activation and grounding through the left elbow. Slowly let go. Bring forehead to the earth, fingertips outside the yoga mat, elbows up. On an inhale, wave up, press through the pubic bone, lift the heart space only to your edge. And exhale, wave the chest down, heart first, forehead last. Inhale, wave up. And exhale, wave down. Only moving to your edge, not mine. Inhale, wave up. And exhale, wave down. So very important to pay attention to what's happening in the lower lumbar. Keep moving, inhaling up until you feel any compression. And then exhale, you wave down twice more. Last one. As you reach the bottom of the exhale on the yoga mats, bend the knees back behind you. Reach the hands to the inside of the ankles. On an inhale, press through the hands, lift the chest. Dhanurasana. So belly bow here. Nice open heart space. Keep the knees coming in towards each other. Press the heels towards the ceiling. Shoulders down the back. Keep breathing. You can rock around a little bit. And slowly let go. Take right cheek to the mat, arms alongside the body. And just breathe here for a moment. You can wiggle the hips from side to side. And just notice how the body is feeling. So which sensations are coming up, if there's a bit of relief. And feel the heart beating into the earth here. Bring forehead to the earth, hands alongside the body. Press up to tabletop and sit back onto the heels. Looking forward towards me. So this next exercise, we can all do it even if you don't have blocks. If you do have blocks, I just want to show you something that will allow you to open the heart space a bit more. So you're going to set blocks down or books or whatever you have that are elevated to about a block's height. And these are going to land right on top of the femur, so right on top of the thigh bones. And we're just going to roll through our vinyasa a couple of times. The reason that I do this is that this takes pressure out of the lower back, so out of the sacrum, lower lumbar. And you can open the heart space a bit more with a little bit more comfort. So if you don't have the blocks today, that's totally fine. You'll just be a little bit more challenged with strength than the rest of us. So it just means you're going to work a little bit harder, but that's totally fine because we need to work harder, yeah? So you might have to move the blocks a little bit whenever we get up into the pose. Let's all come into downward facing dog. So walking the hands forward, press the hips back and up. And so you might have to bring your blocks back to where you think your femurs are going to land in your vinyasa. So in downward facing dog, just breathing here for a couple of breaths, fingers nice and wide, palms pressing in. And for those of you without blocks, you'll be cued through it as well, so no worries if you don't have them. Everyone inhale, roll forward to a plank. Exhale, come down onto the blocks if you have them. If not, bend the elbows and open the heart space. Pause here. Keep breathing. So if you're in the space without blocks, then you're working a little bit harder. On your next exhale, lift the hips up, press back, downward facing dog. So again, inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, lower halfway chaturanga, or for those of you with blocks, just lower the femurs onto the blocks, open the heart space. Nice open lengthening across the chest. Pause in either variation. On your next exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Just one more. So those of you that don't have the blocks, I know you're working hard. Keep that heart opening. Inhale forward to a plank. Lower to your chaturanga or femurs to the blocks. Open the heart space. Pause here. Really push the chest open. Keep the thighs nice and lifted if you're in chaturanga. Chest moving forward if you're on the blocks. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Bring the blocks off to the side, out of your way. And just pause in your downward facing dog, hips nice and high. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Take your time. As you meet the hands, bring the hands to the lower back. Make a little fist and press the fist up behind you. So again, still working into the front line through the arm lines. And compression here in the belly. The belly presses onto the thighs. Slight bend in the knees. So we're pulling that energy along the front line. Using the breath to really send that life force down through Apana Vayu, pressing down through the feet. Hands come to the earth. Take the thumbs together, creating a little W, like little wings with the hands. On an inhale, press to the feet, slight bend in the knees, reach all the way up, back bend here, open the heart space. Pause here, really open along the entire front line, looking up, expressing through the heart. Inhale. Exhale, let go of the bind, folding in, hands to the lower back. Take a bind, make a little fist, press it up behind you, slight bend in the knees. Let go of the bind. On your inhale, clasp the thumbs. Inhale, reach up, open up, back bend. Stay here for a breath cycle. Inhale. And exhale, bow down. Hands to the lower back, compression and extension. So we're just pulling that energy and releasing it and expanding. Last one. Inhale. Clasp the thumbs together. Reach up, back bend. Another breath in. And this time, bring hands alongside the body, Tadasana. Just allow the three corners of the feet to ground in, arms alongside the body, nice open chest. Feel nice and grounded down through the feet. And we end our practice with quite a power pose. So just inhale, reach the arms up. Nice open heart space and stay here. You can find a focal point looking forward. You can shut the eyes down. Relax the shoulders down the back. Fingers are nice and relaxed. Relax the muscles in the face. But just feeling proud here, courageous. Completely embodied in the physical form, calm in the mind. Take a nice cleansing breath in through the nostrils, sigh out of the mouth. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Relax the back bend if you have it, just standing up nice and straight, but reaching the arms up nice and proud. Taking any arch out of the lower back. Take an inhale. Open the eyes. Exhale. Slowly shine the palms down through center as you're pulling energy down in that apana force. Fingers not touching. Once you reach chest level, inhale, reach up, expand. Exhale, pull the energy down, palms down. Energy rises on the inhale. Energy pulls down, cooling and grounding on the exhale. Last one, inhale. This time, exhale, hands to heart center, slight space between the palms. Shut the eyes down for a moment. Just feeling very grateful and present in your physical form and your expression of existence. So yoga can be purely physical to you, that's fine, but just knowing that there is that energy level here of connecting truly with what's inside, with what's outside. Pachamama, Mother Nature here in Sri Lanka, is bringing a storm in. So in that practice here, a little bit of inner gratitude and triumph for that small victory of showing up for yourself today. Namaste.